everyone, Jeffrey from McSherry's Nursery. Today I want to talk about blueberries. Now blueberries are planted for their fruit, but they're also planted for their color. They have white flowers in the spring. They have very, very brilliant red fall color. They are a native plant, so they grow in almost any soil, although they want to be in full sun if at all possible, and they want to be in moist soil but well-drained soil and extremely acidic soil. They are a member of the Ericaceae family, which includes rhododendrons, azaleas, and heaths and heathers. So you want the pH to be very low and the acidity to be very high. The other thing on blueberries to understand, there are basically two kinds. There's the low bush, which is knee-high or under, and then there's the high bush, which is the ones you walk up to and grab at shoulder height and eat the fruit of. Then there are actually combinations of the two of them, which they actually call the low highs. It's the low bush crossed with high bush. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. This particular one right here is one called early blue. Early blue is an early ripening form of blueberry. There are early, there's mid-season, and there's late. My advice is stay away from the late as much as possible. Go with the earlies, go with the mid-seasons. Early blue is one of the best tasting of the earlies with the large berry. It may not be quite the size of a nickel, but it'll be much larger than a dime, 2/3 of an inch or so. This little guy right here with the smaller fruit is called Northland. Now, Northland is traditionally a low high, but because it does get 5 or 6 feet tall, it is basically a high bush type. The fruit is smaller, but there are many of them, as you can see, and the taste is like the wild native blueberries. Very, very sweet and very beautiful. And then we have the Berkeley, which is a mid-season. Berkeley has a very large berry. Obviously these are not ripe yet. They're a good 3 or 4 weeks away. But the fruit on this will be easily the size between a dime and a nickel. It's large. The taste isn't quite as sweet as the early ones, but it has a very nice taste, and so on. This is one called Chippewa. Chippewa is in fact a low high. This won't get any more than 3 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet wide. It will be full of clusters of very juicy, very flavorful berries. So this one's in a smaller area, not as tall, so you can kind of intermix it with other plants of similar types, partner up with other plants, that sort of thing, and or you can plant them in with the high bush, and the little children can eat the small ones, and us adults can get the big ones. That's it for blueberries. We'll see you next week.